What is happening? Whoa, whoa. We're showing too much forehead here. What's going on? Oh, let's test audio. Who's here? Anybody here? Hello. Yeah, we got audio. Cool. Cool beans. Who's here? We got DJ Lynx, Jason Parker. Hey, Kevin, looking forward to this. Whoa, whoa. What's going on, everybody? It's Kevin Vidini here for Superpower Review, and welcome to Superpower Review's live stream, the Superpower Hour. I'm your host, Kevin Vidinia, and the Superpower Hour show goes live every single Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a couple of things to talk about today. It's not like too crazy, but it's just more of a chillax kind of video. I'm a little hot here, huh? Let's dub that down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. So to anybody who is watching this on the rewind, if you guys are new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel for future live streams. Like I said, we go live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Smash that like button. And if you guys don't want to watch the whole show to its entirety, there are timestamps in this video's description for your convenience, and they'll also be pinned in the comment section down below as well. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I know we've been I've been sort of lacking on the, keeping the show every week, but work has been a little bit busy, but we're going to try our best to get back into gear here. Also, to the people who are watching and are new here, if you guys could please click on that subscribe button, that will show your support to the channel. And once the channel reaches 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away 3 slabs to 3 of my subscribers. Again, huge shout out to Remy Q Studios for donating 2 of the slabs. I highly appreciate you, man. You're a huge supporter of not just the channel here, but to the comic community. He's been like a little Mr. What do you call that character? I don't know, but he's been really gracious to other YouTube channels and sending them giveaways for comic books so those channels can give them away. So again, thank you guys so much. We're going to be talking about some of the videos that are going to be coming up this week that I would really hope that you guys are looking forward to. I know I am. And we're also going to be talking about some of the books that recently got A-OK to me, a book that I bought today. And I do have a little bit of a fun story to tell you over the week that happened over the weekend as well. What else are we going to be doing today? Of course, the, the main topic of today about a detective number 27 selling for a certain price, and why the comic community and why comic investors has seen a spike recently. And also, we're going to bring hashtags of the week back. That's right. So if you guys are following me on Instagram at KarateKevin67, you guys can tag me with those fun little games for hashtag multiple comic Monday, whatever it is. And I will show off my submission here. Let's jump in the chat. Let's see what we got here, because I see the chat moving around. And let's see who's here. So I already said hey to Jason Parker, DJ Links. DJ! Buddy, you are going out tomorrow. Okay, so here's your prints. Make sure you open this carefully, okay? And then we got Flicks and Comics. What's up, JoJo? Jason Parker, hey there. And then we got Topo Gijo. I hope. Any thoughts on Venom 30 conclusion? Matt Gargan back in virus suit to help out Eddie. Man, oh man, oh man. What a question. And man, I love it when you guys ask me questions, but I really, really hope that Matt Gargan puts on the virus suit again. I mean, Matt Gargan was just so badass with the virus suit on, Like, why did they have to take it away? He's cooler as Virus than he is as Scorpion. I don't know. I just think some characters need to, like, evolve into better things, and that was, like, that was his better self, yeah. But bring Virus back. And not only that, so that book that Mint Hunter Comics gave me, can go up a little bit in value. That'd be pretty cool. Not that I would sell it anyways, but what else we got? We got Comic Books NYC. What's going on, dude? Thank you so much for hopping in. Kavi, we gotta do something soon, man. We should do something together. I know we talked about it a little bit, but damn, spoiler alert! I literally bought Venom's 26 through 29 yesterday. Nice. I'm proud of you, DJ Links. Good for you, man. I'm so happy. Read them up. Maybe you can get all caught up, DJ, and you can come back on the channel and we can review a Venom issue together. How's that? I think that sounds pretty awesome, and a lot of people would like to see that. And then we got MJ Comics. He will, what a waste if they don't. Yeah, that would be really a huge waste if, they had Virus for these like couple of issues. I mean, he was such a huge spec character. But hey, maybe, just maybe, somebody else can don on the suit. Anybody, it seems like anybody can buy War Machine armor from the black market. So maybe somebody else can take the whole Virus persona somewhere else. Maybe it can be a different character. I don't know. That it doesn't have to be Matt Gargan, but I would prefer it to be Matt Gargan because it suited him so well. I mean, when I did my predictions about who Virus could be, what if Lee Price did take up on it? Because that was my first initial thought that who that Virus could be was Lee Price. So maybe Lee Price will take up a Virus suit. I don't know. That could be pretty cool. Lee Price is pretty brutal, and you don't care. You don't care. We got 10 people watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. We got 7 likes. If we could make the likes match the same amount of people watching, that would be absolutely stupendous. Comic Books NYC, you said you'd come up with an idea. I'm down, but I'm generally void of specifics for YouTube show concepts. Comic Books NYC, I mean, I don't know if you mind. I mean, I wouldn't even care if I went on your channel because I know you collect original art. So if you want to like do something about showing off original art, I would be cool with that, man. I'd be down for that. Jason Parker, I wonder if Virus will have his own run. Ooh. That would be really cool. I would dig that. I know a lot of people really dug the whole agents that are in the new Venom series. We got Agent Spider-Man, we got Agent Carnage. Oh man, Agent Carnage, that is super, super cool. If we could get like a whole like series about that Cletus Cassidy, like my guest said on one of my Venom review videos, I would be down for that. I would be so down for that. That would be really, really cool. I can't get these settings right. It's like I'm rather too bright, right? Or too, well, that's not bad. I don't know. Comic Books NYC, let's chat on IG about it. We'll figure something out. Yeah, man, I'm in no rush. Was there a new Venom issue this week, or are we talking the last issue? So I was talking about the last issue, but this last Wednesday, Web of Venom Emperor's End came out. I did not buy that, so I haven't read it. I could probably read it online, but yeah, that came out. I wasn't sure what the backstory is about. I should read that totally because there's something that I don't want to be missing out on, of course. So that came out last week, and I think there's like a cover that says like God is coming or something like that. I think. Don't quote me on that. Not 100% sure. But how was everybody's weekend, huh? Was everybody's weekend pretty good? It was absolutely beautiful here. It says MJ Comics, Null is coming. There you go. It was absolutely beautiful here over the past weekend here in Massachusetts. So like we've been like gone to like super, super cold, and now like it's been like kind of warm lately. We just changed our clocks back, and that's been sort of a bummer. Like 5 o'clock feels like it's 8 o'clock. But did a lot of things over the weekend. Did some skateboarding, got back on the board to push around. That was kind of fun. A little bit scary at first too, but it was kind of fun. What else? I did some training with a friend. We got to train outside to hit some pads. That was cool. And I also been doing some drawing. I took a couple of weeks off from drawing. I don't know, kind of had like sort of like a creative block, I guess. MJ Comics airtime. What? Somewhere in November over the weekend. Yeah, it sort of was. I mean, it kind of felt like spring actually. But I did some drawing over the weekend, and I'm not quite finished with it. Hold on, let me move DJ Lynx's prints out of the way. And I did this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle that a lot of people seem to be liking. So I did this over the weekend. Took me about it took me about 10 minutes to scribble pencils and to ink. Oh, how long did it take me to ink this? Maybe about an hour or so, I would say about that. So I posted this up on Instagram, and a lot of people seem to be digging this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. So I really appreciate that. And, you know, I kind of ran out of my regular sized paper. And so all I have is these big giant 11 by 14 pieces of paper. So I've been like a little intimidated by the size of the paper. I'm like, do I want to do something big? I'm not sure. So I ended up doing that. And since a lot of people have been asking about this and thinking that it's wicked cool, I might be doing prints of this. And last time when I did my Venom prints, a lot of people said the same thing, like, "Oh, I love it. You should make prints of that. I would totally get a print of that." And I made a bunch of prints, and not as many people bought them as they said that they would get them. So what I plan on doing is making prints, but it's going to be like per order. So if you are interested in a print, you can message me at KarateKevin67 on Instagram. And if you want a print, let me know, and then I'll put your name on a list, and then I'll make them. I do plan on coloring this over the weekend, but what I will do is when I color him, I'm going to leave the bandana blank, okay? And so I can have mixed colors, and then once the limited amount of prints or the prints that are to order are gone, I'm going to color it whatever color I want. That's going to be the original. The original will be for sale once I get the prints out. So if anybody's interested in just having this after it's done being colored, it's up for grabs. So I'll be doing that. So that was pretty cool. What are you guys saying in here? MJ Comics, skating, skateboarding. We got 713 Comics. What's up, man? DJ Links, that's fire. Thank you so much. Cool. Toidle? Yeah. Nice sketch. Is that the last Ronin? It can be whatever you want it to be. How's that? 713 Comics, I'll buy a Venom print. There are no more Venom prints. There are just only Turtle prints that are going to be upgoing for now. Brick Family 54 Comics, how much? Prints will be $20. And DJ Links, need to keep it a black and white version. Maybe I can have a black and white version of a print, but yeah, I don't know. I plan on coloring it in. I do love so much black and white, and once I get to these chats, some of these comments, I want to tell you guys something else about this drawing I did. Jason Parker, is there anything you can't do? Wowzers, I'm feeling super inadequate right now. There are many things I can't do. I can't do math, which is a huge enemy of mine. I mean, I can do basic math, but I hate math. I've always hated math. Math is like my worst enemy. Burke Family 54 Comics, KarateKevinDoesArt.com. Burke Family 54 Comics, you should get a tattoo of one of your works of art. Burke Family, I've actually thought about that. I've been wanting a Venom tattoo for the longest time, and I have considered about getting the piece I did tattooed on me. Jason Parker, Kevin can't do Power Rangers. That's not true. I've done a Power Ranger before, okay? And it came out okay. Another thing I wanted to say about this drawing that I'm pretty pumped about. So I've been, as an artist, you got to try new things, right? And you can only learn by trying new things. So lately, as an artist, and this is kind of why I took like sort of a 2 week break, is that I've been trying really hard to use brushes and inks, okay, traditional brushes and inks, and it's been difficult. So there was the last 2 weeks I was on doing a drawing. I was doing a Swamp Thing to be specific, and I was just starting out. Like I was like 2 weeks of practicing brushes, right? This guy right here, and these guys suck, okay? Because you think it would be cool because the ink is inside this tube, and but I'm constantly needing ink. Like it's not super flowy. Like I'm better off dipping the tip in a bottle of ink. So what happened is as I was working on the project and trying to squeeze the tube for ink, I got ink all over my project. So I got wicked pissed off, and I was like, screw it. I don't want to. I don't even want to touch it. But I found a new best friend, and in case if anybody's into art, I found this Micron brush pen, and this has been my new best friend. And this is what I did almost a good 75% of that project was with this. If I could find something bigger than this, that would be tremendous, man. That would be absolutely amazing. So the reason why I'm trying brushes now, and not to bore you guys with art, because I know that's not what you're here for. The main reason why I've been trying brushes is because I'm trying to get away from Micron pens, and the reason for that is because going from different sizes, from this to that, it can get a little expensive. But when you have a brush, and if you become good at the brush, you can have various different sizes depending on the pressure of on that you put on the brush. So that's pretty much my main reasons. Another reason why I want to use brushes and inks and shy away from black markers is because I really love the saturation of blacks on the paper opposed to markers. Like it's really dark, and I really like that. So all right, I'll stop talking about my methods right now. Let's see. I don't have any tattoos. What? Hello, Mr. White Gloves here. Hey, Splash Page, how you doing, dude? Thanks for so much for joining in. Let's see. Sounds like the birds and the bees convo I had with my dad. I don't know what that means. Splash Page Comics. When I ink, I use the same. Get them at Hobby Lobby. Oh, okay, all right, cool. I like that. I'm gonna start drawing again. Brick Family 54 Comics. Let's draw together, buddy. So that's everything I did with this weekend. And again, I'm super pumped about it. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's been showing some love about this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. So I'm going to be coloring him. Like I said, I'm going to color just the turtle. I'm going to leave the bandana blank so I can make some prints and make certain various colors for people. And once I get the prints done, I'm going to color it whatever the way I want it. The original will be for sale. And like I said, if you want a print of it, hit me up at KarateKevin67. I'll put you down on the list, and we can go from there because it's going to be per order. I'm not going to make a bunch of them like I did last time. Let's see. What do we got? We got thought if you can beat them, join them. I also had to watch a unicorn ad before I was let in. Wow, unicorns? We're going that far, huh? So, with that being said, too, let's move on. Here are some of the shows or some of the videos you guys can be looking forward to from this week. So tomorrow, I'm going to be having a guest on, and this is going to be Tori from Twin Cities Comics. And what he does is he is a signature facilitator. And so he's coming on the show. He's going to be talking about some of the events that he's got coming up. I believe this week he has, what's the actress's name for Harley Quinn? Margot Robbie. He's going to be having her there, and she's going to be signing some stuff. That's pretty cool. So like I said, he owns a comic shop and he facilitates signatures. So I'm really excited to have him on there, ask him some questions. And the other really cool thing is I really love it when people reach out to me about doing a show. Makes my job a little bit easier. Another thing I'm going to be showing you guys this week is how I store my CGC slabs. I was cleaning my room the other day, and I was cleaning up my knickknacks, my statues, and I went into my CGC drawer, and I was like, you know what, maybe people would like to see this. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I store my slabs, And I'm going to be showing you all of my slabs, all 48 of my slabs. I have 2 at CGC right now, and they're due back pretty soon. I'll talk a little more about that. Another video you can expect this week, and I just picked it up. We're going to be doing a brief look at this Absolute Swamp Thing volume number 2 by Alan Moore, Stephen Bissett, and John Totleben. And I'm super, super excited about this. So absolutely excited about that. So those are the things you can be looking forward to this week. And again, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Click on that bell notification so you know when new videos come out. I try to post at least 3 videos a week, and we go live I shouldn't say every Monday anymore because I've been slacking because of work, but we normally do go live on Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What do we got in the chat? Going through the chat. Jason Parker has a tattoo. Amanda would have loads if she could. And then Splash Page, the closest thing to a tattoo in the album Tattoo You by Rolling Stones. Great album. DJ Links, I've had books at CGC since August. Really? I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that. Jason Parker, turnaround times at CGC are crazy at the moment. Really? I think they kind of slowed down since August. I mean, that's still really not that bad. We're in November. So, DJ, you should be getting them relatively soon, I would think. What'd you get done with books? Did you send in raw books to get graded? What are you having done? That's what I want to know. Now I want to show you guys some AOKs I got. So if you guys didn't see last week, we had David Ribeiro from Marc Spector Comics on the channel, and we were talking all about Moon Knight, a character that I literally... You want to know something funny about that video? So the video was Moon Knight comics to invest in right now. And so this was a good excuse to get David Ribeiro on the show. I had a bunch of fun, loads of fun with him, I should say. I can't speak right now. I had loads of fun with David Ribeiro. He's always a really cool guy to hang out with. And so I wanted to talk about Moon Knight, and it seems like a lot of people on YouTube are really interested about, comic book investments and what comic books to buy, and especially when the iron's hot, right? So I was like, hey, why don't you just jump on the show? We'll talk about, how Moon Knight books are going up in price, and we'll talk about those books. So the night before, I was doing all sorts of research, trying to find out what books are keys to Moon Knight and, the most valuable ones. I'm on eBay, I'm on Go Collect, and I learned so much information about this one character in 2 hours. I felt like a Moon Knight professional while doing research for this video. And of course, David Ribeiro taught me a lot of things about Moon Knight that I didn't know about as well. So that was just pretty much a little bit of an origin story about that whole video that we did. So in the midst of doing that video, after that video, he was really kind enough to give me some Moon Knight books, and I want to thank David Ribeiro yet again for for the great time at the studio. He got to see what the studio was like, and I also want to thank him for giving me these books, because I've always had an interest in Moon Knight, but just actually have never dove into it. And I've had so many opportunities to buy Moon Knight books. The last character I've ever taken a chance on was Swamp Thing, and I'm glad I did. And I kind of hope I feel the same thing about Moon Knight. So here's one of the books that he gave me. This is Earth's Mightiest Heroes, The Avengers, number 33, The Age of Khonshu, Part 1. And I know when he was giving me these books, he highly recommended this one. Pretty cool. And here is another Moon Knight book. This is Moon Knight number 5, and this has got one of my favorite artists on it. This has got David Finch artwork on it. Awesome. Pretty cool. We got Taskmaster right there. I don't have enough books with Taskmaster on it. Here is, by what he said, his favorite runs of Moon Knight. This is Moon Knight number 1. I don't know what volume this is. This might be like volume 4 or volume 5. Don't quote me on that. I don't know too much. Really cool cover. He really highly recommended this one. And here is a Moon Knight #1. This is Silent Night, and this is a Clayton Crane variant, or a Clayton Crane cover. So early Clayton Crane, when he wasn't so, when Clayton Crane first came about, he wasn't super hot then as he is now. But so yet again, thank you so much, David Ribeiro from Marc Spector Comics, for those AOK books. Really appreciate it. And then I've been dying for this book, man. Dying for this book. This book came out in October, right? Yeah. And Swamp Thing is one of those books that is best to be read in the fall around Halloween time. You know what I mean? That's in my opinion, that's the best time to be reading Swamp Thing. So I picked this up at my shop today. I want to thank the Time Capsule in Seekonk, Massachusetts for holding this for me, so I could ended up picking it up. And I'm really excited to get into this. So I'm going to be, as you can see, it's got the plastic still on it. So I'm going to be unwrapping it when we do the video at the channel. And we're going to give it a quick rundown about it. And I'm super excited about this, man. I can't wait to read this. Swamp Thing. I know I'm a huge, and I say it all the time, I know I'm a huge Batman, Spider-Man, Venom fan. Swamp Thing, Alan Moore Swamp Thing, best thing I've ever read in comic books. If you're ever looking for something different that is sci-fi, horror, and you want to kind of like get away from like the whole superhero realm, Swamp Thing is the thing for you. You got to check it out. And I know Alan Moore's Swamp Thing is said to be one of the best things in comic books. It's one of the best stories. Here's my #1 that I bought last year that I'm kind of bummed about. My slipcase is kind of getting damaged. See that a little bit? Yeah, you can see that? I'm a little bummed about that. These books were having some binding issues, and DC has reissued these, and they reissued them. They remade them with better binding. Oh shit! It's all messed up over here too. God damn it! So they remade those with better binding issues. So hopefully, when I open this up and read this, we don't have some binding issues with that either. There will be another Absolute edition coming out. It's going to be the volume #3. It's the last volume that should be coming out next year. I'm sure I missed a bunch of chats here. What do we got? No, I didn't actually. Let's see. Pressed and Slab, 75 days turnaround time. What? We're pinwheeling. Turnaround time. I bought a load of books after that video. I saw MJ Comics. Yeah, I saw that, man. Hey, let me know what you think of them, though. If you read them, let me know if you thought they were cool. Like, kind of give me some sort of update about that. Splash Page Comics need a Moon Knight book battling Carnage. Crazy versus crazy. Ooh. That would be pretty cool. I don't know if Moon Knight would have a match against Carnage, though. I don't know. I think that would be pretty easy for Carnage. Jason Parker, MJ Comics, get a Werewolf by Night 32 for sale if interested. What? Jason Parker, don't even say stuff like that. Get your selling juju out of here, man. Don't get me all tempted. Didn't realize you was selling one. Splash Page Comics, looks like Swamp Thing is about to bloom on back cover. I have 2, so waiting for CGC to send it back. Jason Parker, what are your grades, man? What do you have? Maybe, just maybe, if you have one for sale, I can link you up with my guest David Ribeiro, because like that's his key book. That's the book that he absolutely wants. I know it's already slabbed. He's looking for a raw copy, but if the price is right, you just never know. Speaking of Jason Parker, right? I just gotta say, if you guys are not subscribed to Jason Parker, please do. And Jason, feel free to drop a link to your channel in the chat. I have so much fun hanging out with my friends over in England on Saturdays. So every week, Jason Parker, Mikey and James from MJ Comics. We got the Geeky Shrimp. And then we got the Comic Canuck on Saturdays, and man, I have a blast with these dudes. We just nerd out. And just recently, we were talking about our upcoming Grail books, or our next obtainable Grails. And I don't know if you guys remember, but like maybe about 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, again, with David Ribeiro from Marc Spector Comics, we ended up going to our local flea market, which is the Random Flea Market. And if you guys have not seen that video, I highly recommend it because there's just so much great stuff in there. But in Jason Parker's live stream video, my next obtainable Grail is a Daredevil #1. That's the next book I'm going to be going after. And I don't know if you guys have seen that video, but in that video, there was a Daredevil #1 at the Random Flea Market, and it was going for $860. So ever since I've seen that book at the flea market, I can't stop thinking about it. So I've been thinking about it, and it was the other day. I messaged somebody that I knew who worked in that booth, and I said, hey, by the way, is that DD #1 still there? And he goes, yes, it is. And I'm like, all right. So it was a good thing that I didn't go back to the flea market because I was thinking it was going to be the same price, but it wasn't. The seller ended up upping the price on it, so I ended up backing out of it. So, oh well. I did have a lead on one. Should I buy one right now? I could buy one right now, but I mean, whatever. I've had such a great year already for comic book buying, but as you guys know, it's super addictive, and you just want to keep investing, as we tell our wives, right, Jason Parker? Let's see, what do we got here? One is a 5.0. That doesn't sound bad. Mid-grade. Let's see, Comic Canuck, late to the party. Hey, I was just talking about you. And Amanda Hunt, I'm looking for the Spidey Mobile. Isn't that what Mikey's looking for? Jason Parker has dropped a link to his channel, so guys, please go subscribe to him. He's got a magnificent 1,000 subscriber giveaway where he's giving away the first cover appearance of Punchline. I don't know what book it is, but it is graded at a 9.9. Can you imagine owning a book at a 9.9? That's another thing that I gotta eventually do with my whole comic collecting journey. I think journey would be the right word, is to get a book in a 9.9. Thanks for the shout out, buddy. No problem, man. Anytime. Jason, thank you so much for having me on every week. Again, like, I look forward to hanging out with you guys every Saturday. It's been loads and loads of fun. So, all right. So that was my little fun story about my DD #1 that fell through the floor, unfortunately. But hey, you never know. Maybe he'll change his mind. You never know. I'm hoping to get that one message that one Sunday, be like, hey, come on by, man. It's yours. Let's come get it. And I'll drive up to the flea market and go snag it. All right. So the main point of today's show, as you can see, it is listed as Detective Comics #27 sells for $850,000. Since we're a half hour into the live show, let's talk about it. Just recently, a Detective Comics #27, the first appearance of Batman, just sold for $850,000, and this book was CGC graded at a 6.0. Can you imagine owning this book? Can you imagine buying a comic book for $850,000? I can't. I just think that's super, super crazy. Now, doing some research about this, and I did not realize how rare this comic book is. And now it makes sense why this comic book is so rare. Do you guys realize that? And I hope this is right. I did a lot of research, and again, I hope this is right. But are you guys aware that there are only 70 original copies of Detective Comics #27? That seems very, very low to me. I would think that there were at least 200 copies, in my opinion. But 70, holy cow, that's super, super low. But kudos to the man for buying this book, because this book is going to just continue to be a huge heavy hitter. And I think that's absolutely crazy. In 2010, a copy beat the highest record, selling for $1,075,500. I don't know what the grade was on it, unfortunately, but man, holy cow. Can you imagine paying $1 million for a comic book? Never mind $850,000. Holy cow. But you know, you got to take in consideration it is the first appearance of Batman. What else is Detective Comics? It's the first appearance of Catwoman, right? And it's also the first appearance of the Joker. Am I missing anybody? I'm not sure. But I think that's all the first appearances in Batman. You know, it's a classic character, classic comic book, but holy cow, 6.0. $850,000. Does anybody have $850,000 I can borrow? In order to get one of these books, do I need any of my organs to own one of these books? I don't know. I can donate a kidney, right? How much is a kidney? How much are two kidneys on the black market? A heart, lungs, a brain. I don't think I need any of that. Let's see. Comics Canuck. I couldn't do it. Trust issues with scammers, etc. That's true. That is very well. That's why you go through, you know, these very well-known auctions to go to buy these books. So another thing that's happening too, with that being said, with this recent comic book buy, I read on TMZ. I don't know how credible they can be, but TMZ has been saying that a lot of people who are investors or are collectors of memorabilia have been switching over to investing in comic books. And as TMZ was saying, that this is the biggest increase that they have ever seen collectors starting to invest in comic books. So this is a huge boom in comic book collecting, where we're seeing a lot of new people coming in. We have been seeing that, with Venom being hot, people are jumping in on Venom. Moon Knight's being hot. So it's everyone's kind of jumping onto the comic book bandwagon. You know, they're seeing certain comic books selling for a certain price, and like, maybe I should sort of get into this. Maybe I should shy away from sports cards. So that's the thing that it's saying here. People are starting to kind of switch over to from from sports memorabilia to going to comic books. They're dipping their foot. So I mean, if that's what TMZ is saying about an all-time high of comic book collectors and comic book investors, I have to agree with this, because this is the most I've ever seen anybody get interested into comic books. And, we have the comic book movies, with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DC Cinematic Universe, with all those coming out, and we're also being flooded with streaming services with new shows. You got WandaVision coming out, you got Winter Soldier and the Falcon and all that stuff. So, I would have to agree, though. With all this hype that's going on right now, I can totally see it, and that this is the all-time high for comic book collecting. So I would 100% agree with what TMZ is saying. Let's see. Spec Collector, Batman 1 is his first Joker. Comic Canuck, 100% true. DJ Links, do you think that's why ASM 300 skyrocketed? I think that's why, yeah. I totally... Yeah, I do think that, DJ Links. I think that's, people are seeing, like, especially for people who are into comic book collecting, or, I'm sorry, for people who were into comic book collecting, all of a sudden they see this book from 1988 jumping up in price, and they're getting interested, and they're finding a little more about it. Like, okay, why is this comic book in this plastic case? Okay, well, if you're a sports person, I'm sure you know what grading is. If you're into currency collecting, you know what grading is. So, they're going, oh, okay, so there's grading. There's a grading service for comic books too. Okay, that's interesting. And they're seeing this book from 1988 with, with Spider-Man in his black suit with 300s all over the place. And they're like, what is this? Why is this book so important? why is this book selling for so much right now? Maybe I can find this book. You know what I mean? Maybe I can find a raw copy and submit it into this grading service, get a grade, and double my money. So I think, yes, I think ASM 300 does have a little bit to do with it. Classic guitars too. MJ Comics is Detective 27's the first appearance of the Batmobile. So if I will let Mikey know. 300 has always increased. It's a modern grail. It really is. It's my favorite book, all-time favorite book. Again, if you guys have seen my ASM 300 Spike video, if you haven't, checked that out. But I'm so happy I ended up buying all those copies that I did because I couldn't, there's no way I would be able to buy one now. So DS, I don't know if anybody follows DS Comics on YouTube or Instagram. He recently had a raw copy of an ASM 300 for sale. I think he was asking $425, $450 for it. Nobody bit. Nobody took the price, and he ended up sending it to CGC. Came back at 9.6, and man, do I kick myself in the ass for not buying that book, because I would really love to upgrade my 9.4 to 9.6 if possible. So, without getting rid of my 8 copies, I gotta find a way to do it. I know that sounds crazy, but let's see. Mikey would love that. The Lost Comic Kid, I mean, first carnage like now going for hundreds and thousands of dollars. Yeah, so a 9.8 of an Amazing Spider-Man number 361 is about, you know, hitting at least $500 right now. So, you know, a lot of people, again, are seeing these books like, how are these books from the 90s going up in price? So I don't believe it was called Batmobile on that issue. So Detective 27 isn't the first appearance of the Batmobile. There's a separate issue of the first appearance of Batmobile. And if Comic Books NYC is still watching, he has that comic book. And it's quite a beautiful book. I believe it's like a blue background, and it shows the cover appearance of the Batmobile. Not 100% sure. I don't know too much about Golden Age. The Lost Comic Kid, how do you send a book to CGC? Well, you're going to go on cgccomics.com. You're going to make an account with them. I believe in order to send books to CGC, don't quote me on this, but it all depends on what membership you buy. I have a free membership, which means that I can only drop books off at cons in order to submit them. I can't send them to the CGC headquarters in Florida, in Sarasota, Florida. But I do plan on doing that soon. I should get a CGC account. I do have books at CGC because I did interview Brittany McManus at CGC, and they were very, very kind to have me submit books to CGC to get done. So that's another thing that I kind of want to brush up upon. So I sent in those books, and they're already in the process of being almost done. And that was this is going to be 3 weeks. So that was really relatively fast. And they're not going in for graded. They were already graded. They had the old case and old label, and I wanted to send them in and get that new pretty case and label. So, excuse me. Jason Parker, get a membership, dude. It's basically free as you have the credit and get to 10% off of fees. See, didn't know that. You learn everything. You learn something new every day. So, so yeah, man, that's all pretty much crazy with the whole Detective Comics number 27 selling for $850,000. Holy cow. So up next, we got my favorite part of the show. We're 43 minutes in. We got 12. Oh, it just changed. We got 11 people watching now. We got 15 likes. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me on today's live stream, the Superpower Hour that goes live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and smash that like button. So we're going to get into the hashtags of the week. I don't have too many hashtags to get to, but again, if you guys want to tag me in something on Instagram, it's KarateKevin67, and I'll be showing my submissions here. So let me... I don't have my other books, but I do have a couple of comic books here that I think I can work with. We only have 3 hashtags, so it's nothing insane. So we have Outer Realm Comics for hashtag McFarlane Monday. So I think that's going to be easy since we're talking about ASM 300, about how more comic book collectors are jumping aboard the comic book collecting and investing their money into comic books. So why don't we just bring out an ASM 300? Bam, right there. Favorite book, all-time favorite book right here. Let's see, which one is this? Was this the very first one I bought? Hold on. I always know. Okay, I don't know if there's anybody else in the comic community, but since I have 8 of these, I know which one it is, like in order of what I bought it. So this one would be, okay, yeah, I know which one this is. This would be the last one I bought, and this one I found at a comic book shop. So ASM 300, first appearance of Venom. I know exactly how much I paid for it too. Man, could this one be potentially the one that beats my 9.4? I'm always skeptic about sending in raw books to CGC. So I've been collecting comics for 5 years now, I think, more or less, and I have yet to send a raw book to CGC. But I don't know, man. I don't think this one could be a 9.6. I would be shocked if any of my raw ASM 300s got anything higher than a 9.4. If anything landed a 9.4, I think I would be pretty shocked with that, actually. Because I would say that my raw ASM 300s range from anywhere from an 8.0 to a 9.2. But there you go. Hashtag McFarlane Monday. We got an ASM 300. So boom. Boom, boom, boom. I could have technically used that for the next one. The next one's hashtag first appearance Friday. But you know what? We got time to kill, so let's find a different book. Let's put this one away first. ASM 300s. Let's see. What do we want? Speaking of submitting raw books, I have also thought about maybe sending this in. So for hashtag first appearance Friday, I got my Amazing Spider-Man, my Uncanny X-Men number 266, which is the first appearance of Gambit, or the first cover appearance. There's that whole debate with, the same debate with the Hulk 180 and Hulk 181. It's the same thing with this book. Like, is it the first full appearance? What is it? There's another comic book where he first full appears, and that should be there, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? This one's pretty nice. I just recently got this one pressed and cleaned, and this one, at best, could be a 9.6. I don't know, but I do like it raw. I like this. I do love slabbed books, but I do love my raw copies. That's sort of that's more of my thing. I've always been more of a raw copy sort of guy. When it comes to CGC slabs, I only like to buy slabbed books. I want a copy that will remain its grade, and if it's signed, you know what I mean? If it's a if it's a signed copy and I didn't witness that, then that's why I'm going to buy a slabbed book too. So what do we got going on here? The Lost Comic Kid. Kevin, I have a question. Are you going to pick up a Daredevil 181? 181. Which one's 181? I think I have a 181. Isn't that the Death of Elektra? If that's it, I have a funny story about that one. If you can confirm that, yes, that is the one you're talking about, then I have a funny story about that book. DJ Links, sent my 266 to get pressed with Burke's sponsor. Boom, nice job, man. That's cool. And let's see. For top variant Tuesday, you know what? I don't have any variants with me right now. So, you know what? I'm sorry. Outer Realm, I don't think we're going to do top variant. Hold on. Let me take a look around. What is this? Oh, I still have this awful book that no one has bought yet. Yeah, you know what? I don't have any variants right now around me, so. But that's all right, Outer Realm. I already took care of you for McFarlane Monday. Yes, it's the Death of Elektra. Okay, let me get that book out. Because I have a funny story about that book. And I have it right here. Why is this here? What is this? Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. All right, let me pull that out. It's in here. I still have yet to read it. Okay. Here is my Daredevil #1. Okay. This needs a new bag. All right, so the funny story about this book is that I did a video at a flea market that got a good amount of views. It's like up to 5,000 views, okay? And this is a book, and I said in the video that I would only buy this book if I saw it in person. This is a book that I wasn't going to reach out and to eBay and go and buy. So I bought this book, okay, at that flea market, and that is about over a year ago. And see this bin here? Okay, this is where I keep all of my unread comics. This book has been in my unread comic book bin for over a year already. I keep telling myself I'm going to read it. I hear nothing but fantastic things about this book because I hear it's super violent, super brutal. And as you all know, that's why I like in my comic books. And I still have yet to read it. I haven't even read it yet. Beautiful copy, man. This is definitely a 9.6 candidate all day. This is a super, super clean copy. I've been in a huge, and this is not the reason why I wanted Daredevil #1. I just really like the character. But I've been on a huge Daredevil kick lately, and I totally blame the Netflix series because I've been rewatching it again. And man, that show is just so freaking good. I absolutely love that show. Why did they cancel that show? I mean, I know they had their reasons, but man, what a mistake. Especially with Charlie Cox playing as Matt Murdock. He was fantastic for Matt Murdock as Daredevil. And I love that show, man. I really hope I see Charlie Cox back as Daredevil someday, because that was awesome. And I hope the same thing with John Berthal, right? Is that how you say his name? I really hope to see him back as the Punisher, because in my opinion, I think that dude was the most perfect and the best Punisher we have ever seen on screen, period. Those guys were so good. Let's see, what do we got? Jason Parker, MJ Comics, you are converting me to newsstand, dude. Don't get into it. The Lost Comic Kid, Daredevil 181, there was only 10,000 copies ever made. Jason Parker should be on Hulu. Comic Canuck, Punisher, but Dolph was best. Dolph? No. Dolph was not a good Punisher. Okay. Maybe, all right, here it is. Dolph Lundgren was not a bad Punisher, but that was a bad Punisher movie. It doesn't hold up. And as the years go by too, what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? The other guy who played the Punisher. Thomas Jane. There you go. Thomas Jane, okay, that was a very good Punisher movie, but if you watch it again, you're like, all right, he wasn't really that good of a Punisher. Like John Bernthal, after you see him as Punisher, you're like, that's my Punisher. That dude is straight up fucking crazy. Thomas Jane, on the other hand, no, not really. He'll kill you, but he's not crazy. Seriously, get John Bernthal back as the Punisher. That guy was awesome. Let's see. The Lost Comic Kid. My 3 favorite superheroes are Spider-Man, Punisher, Daredevil. Fun fact, did you know Daredevil... And follow me, I'm trying to do a live show. Can't remember his name. Bernthal, great, but I'm keeping movies separate from TV versions. Haha, Ray Stevenson. Yeah. So right now I've binge watched season 1 and 2 of Daredevil. I'm on season 3, but I think I might stop because you kind of need to watch The Defenders to watch season 3. So I think I'm gonna pause season 3 right now. Go rewatch Defenders, then watch season 3 of Daredevil, and I think I'm gonna rewatch The Punisher as well. Like The Punisher, I thought The Punisher was a little bit slow when I first watched it. I thought like there are definitely some slow moments, and it was a bit boring. But when there's those fight scenes, holy cow, those fight scenes are crazy. Especially when he fights his friend Russo, who becomes Jigsaw. Holy cow, that was an insane fight scene, and that's the main reason why I love these shows. I mean, it's a great story, but the Daredevil fight choreography in that show, holy cow, man, it's absolutely intense. It's amazing. What do we got here? What is this? I don't know what that is. Let's see. Comic Canuck. Yeah, Ray was great, but Dolph still rules. I don't know. There's just that first Punisher movie. I don't know. I mean, like it has some cool parts in it, but there are some parts that are just absolutely laughable. That hallway scene in DD was reminiscent of Old Boy. DJ Links. Ray Stevens was awesome as Frank. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that. That was what Punisher Warzone, right? Ray Stevenson was a good Punisher, yes, but that's got to be the worst Punisher movie ever. that that was an absolutely awful movie. Remember that part where like these like parkour guys are like jumping from building to building, and like the guy's in mid flip, and he sees the Punisher with the bazooka, and like a freeze frames to his face while he's flipping, like, and then he explodes. Bad, super bad. There is a part though. The ending was really cool where I think he's like under a neon sign with a cross, and it says like Jesus saves, but it like the Jesus part like shines out, and it just says saves. I thought that was pretty cool. The Lost Comic Kid. My favorite Punisher comic book series is Punisher War Journal. Good choice. DJ Links. Nah, the Thomas Jane was worse. Really? Wow, that's fighting words right there, DJ Links. I would say that the Thomas Jane version is probably the best Punisher version, for sure. If what's the no, the one from the 80s was the worst. Agreed. MJ Comics. It had Jigsaw in the Warzone movie. Yeah, I think I vaguely remember that. Or not, I shouldn't say vaguely. Vaguely is I do remember that, but I somewhat remember that. Who would make a good Punisher? I mean, I think again, John Bernthal was the best Punisher. If I could see John Bernthal in a Punisher movie, I would pay so much money for that. I would be all for that. That would be the best. That would be the best Frank Castle Punisher person, the best cast. Bernthal was absolutely brilliant. He played that part perfectly. He showed his crazy side, and I think that's more or less what we need in a Punisher. Like, it's not just about a guy who kills bad people. Like, you got to be a little bit crazy doing that. You know what I mean? So, and he plays that part really well, and he's absolutely brutal, and that's why I love him. He's perfect. But for other actors to play the Punisher, that's tough. That is tough. Like, look wise, like for the looks, but maybe not the best actor for it. I think Jonathan Hamm would be a good part for the Punisher, because like he's got the Punisher look to him, but I don't know if he could pull off for like for acting wise. In case if nobody knows who Jonathan Hamm is, he's the guy who played in what's that show? Mad Men. Let's see. That's a good shout with Hamm. Okay, all right. So I'm not too far off then. Shane from The Walking Dead. His daughter is in Walking Dead. Let's see. Still see him as that guy in Walking Dead, though. Oh, we're talking about. Oh, so okay? So I get it. You see him as. No, no, I don't actually. I don't. I think they separate him pretty well. I mean, like, there's still some parts, like, when you're watching Daredevil or Punisher, he has some of the same acting techniques that he has in The Walking Dead, but it's like a whole other level, though. Like, what if I were to see, if I were to rewatch The Walking Dead with John Bernthal, I would be more like there's Punisher and not the way you see it, Jason Parker. That's I don't know. That's just my thinking of it. Rick Grimes' daughter. That's a good shout with him. Gotta go, gents. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See ya, DJ Links. We're gonna be wrapping it up here in a few minutes. Jason Parker. I like Cam. All right. So, all right. So, guys, I got to wrap it up here, too. It's 7:30. I got to head out and take care of some things. But, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. Again, 10 people watching, 19 likes. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you join me next week for the Superpower Hour. Again, it's live at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I want to thank you guys yet again for joining me. So, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you this week for these upcoming videos. Peace out. End.